Welcome back to LearnPianoLive.com. My name is Jamin, and as you can tell from the countdown clock, the lesson is about to get started. In case you're new with this, there's a few things I'd like to show you to help you throughout the lesson. So this lesson is about reharmonization. That means we're going to take an existing song and we're going to find new chords to play over the same melody. Now, that means that you're probably going to need to already know about chords and keys and probably intervals, and probably have already several songs that you can play well enough that they actually sound like the song. But even if you can't do that, you might pick up some interesting theory bits along the way. So feel free to join us. The goal, though, is not this song. It's not about the song that we're working on. It's really about taking the concepts you like, the reharmonizations, the substitutions that you like from this lesson, and then applying them to other songs that you already know how to play. These lessons are always guided and shaped by your questions, and if you're live with us today, there's a couple different ways you can do that. One is in the public live chat, and the other is the Ask Jamin a Question button, where you can ask me a question privately, and I won't share your identity in case you're afraid that your question is stupid. But it's not. If you're in the archives, though, then just open up the survey. At the end of that, there's a place where you can ask your question. I will say I frequently get questions from students in the archives watching a lesson from 6 months ago, and I have no idea what they're talking about. So please try to be as specific as possible. If you're watching this at LearnPianoLive.com, there should be a PDF and an MP3 button right next to this video. The PDF will often have additional video links inside, so you can get more in-depth instruction on each of the topics. And if you're the kind of person who likes to print out the PDF so you can make the same notes on your physical version as I'm making during the lesson, now would be the time to do that. The MP3 is just a play-along track so you can practice more after the lesson. In traditional lessons, a teacher is going to actually present some new concept for maybe 5 or 10 minutes every couple weeks. The rest of the time is going to be spent applying and refining those concepts. Well, here I'm spouting off hours of new information every week, so it's totally unreasonable to expect you to actually absorb all of that. Instead, the goal of these live lessons is for you to find some little nugget of something that makes sense, but is a bit of a challenge, and for you to go practice it, because practice is where all the improvement's going to happen. So don't feel bad if you have to leave the live lesson when you find that little thing that you're going to practice. And of course, if I'm going too fast, you can always rewind the live lessons or replay in the archives as much as you want. If these live lessons start feeling random or meandering, it's because they are, on purpose. So if you're the kind of person who wants classical training with a step-by-step method, then you're going to want to check out Kloppel Academy on the website. It's included in your live lesson subscription, so you can do both or either. And the upper levels are seriously hard work, but it's going to take you all the way from ground zero all the way up to being ready to enter any major music college as a piano major in classical or jazz. Kendra, don't worry about it. It's okay. It was 10 seconds early. No worries. Welcome back to LearnPianoLive.com. My name is Jamin, and this is moderator Kendra. How's it going, Kendra?
Hi. It's going great, other than the fact that I cut off the thing 10 seconds
well,
early,
after locking ourselves out of our own website for the kids broadcast, we had some technical difficulties. Yeah. But I think we're good here, except that you didn't hear the last 10 seconds of my speech. But whatever. People had already tuned out anyway. They want to hear the music. Let's play the music. So today we're reharming, as we already said, and the song that we're reharming is the song that we've been working on for, 3 weeks now or something like that? So this is Here Comes the Sun. You should hopefully, in order to be able to add new chords to the melody and the current chords, already be able to play the melody and the current chords. So what we had so far when we left off, now again, you don't have to already have to be able to play this song. This is just if you're going to play the song, you have to be able to play the song, because we're going to change the chords to the song. So you can watch and pick up the concepts, though, if you want. Kendra, that's your cue.
Oh, sorry. I'm so sorry.
You've been at it for weeks.
I know.
Go for it.
I can't get it. Do.
There we go.
Wait, I don't know. Okay.
All right, so one more time. What we currently have is
Is that it? No.
I played it wrong. I played it wrong.
Oh.
Now I lost it. No. There we go. Oh, cool.
Do.
Sure,
No?
I'll take yes.
I don't know.
Okay, so something like that was what we started with at the beginning. Now, moving on, let's try to change up some of these chords. And Kendra, I'm going to need your help on this stuff. We're going to start out here, since it's the beginner portion, and just use the melody. So we're not going to think about much of the theory or anything like that behind the chords and their relationships and stuff. We just want to reharmonize on the melody, meaning we're just going to pay attention to what note are we currently playing. Now, we're in the key of A. That might come into it. That's kind of a theory thing.
Do you want me to switch it to the key of A?
Oh, yeah.
Right,
people
cool.
usually like that. Thanks. You're great at that. So then we got the key of A, and usually our chords would be chords that use notes out of the key of A. So those would be our normal chords. And we've already talked about the theory about this song, behind the song and stuff. So just using that melody. Little darling. Now, Kendra, because I use Kendra here because she picks things randomly. And when I pick things, y'all send me your emails and say, yeah, but you knew that was going to sound good. You picked that on purpose. So, Kendra, picking some random chord here.
Oh, so no pressure on me then,
no
right?
pressure.
Oh, okay,
Let's go
cool.
with the first line because it's the first line. Do you want to change the A, the D, or the E?
The D?
The D. So we're going to pick something else for this section right here. Some chord that's not a D. If we pick a D, that would not be reharmonizing it. That would just be harmonizing it. So we're going to be playing the melody and try to find a major, minor, or suspended chord that has the melody note in it. So we have little darling. It's been a long, cold, lonely. So long, cold, lonely. You can pick any of those. This is the first note of the measure, so I'm going to go ahead and pick that one as the one that we want to reharmonize with. We could play a major chord or a minor chord or a suspended chord that has this note in it. And Kendra,
Yes.
the D chord has that note in it.
Yes.
Any other chords that have this
D
note in it?
suspended? Oh, no, it does not, because it will not. I'm so sorry.
Good call. That would be a D suspended.
Right, that
Good.
would be. It
All
just
right.
goes
I love it.
Okay. Well, you could play like an F sharp minor.
An
or
F sharp
something.
minor. We could. That would be definitely a thing we could do. So that is in the F sharp minor. That actually sounds not terrible.
Ooh, cool.
I think.
We'll find out.
Now, this is the thing about reharm is I just played that and a bunch of people went, that doesn't sound like the song. Exactly. It doesn't sound like the song. That's what we're doing, is we're playing something that doesn't sound like the original song. So it's for songs that you know really super well. Sometimes it's harder to reharmonize those ones just because your brain is so locked into like a particular sound. But that, as far as reharm goes, that was like perfectly legit. Also, they appreciate the A thing, but now they can't see your face, which is less grand. So if you want to go ahead and go up to that close, there you go. There we go. Now we have the option of bring yourself
you want
in.
My face
Yeah,
in it?
sure,
Oh.
go for it. Okay. all right.
Hey, guys.
Okay. So, I think that's perfectly fine. We're gonna go ahead and go up and change all of those to F sharp minors, all those Ds. Now that we know that kind of works out in that section. So that would give us 3 of them. Now the one before the B might not work as well because sorry, your face is in the way of the chords.
Oh, so do you want me to go back out again?
Yeah,
Okay, bye. Fun while it lasted. It's okay.
The D here, we're going to change all these to F sharp minors, and this last one might not work as well because it's got a B coming up after it, but we'll see. Just that line is different. So let's try all of those. It would be something like little darling, F sharp minor.
Oh, do. I keep missing it.
Actually, I like that one a lot right there. Okay, let's try it one more time.
Is that it? No? I don't know.
All right, cool. So that's an F sharp minor there, and the way that we picked it was we just went to the melody and said, all right, we want to change the chord right now, and the singer is singing that thing right there. So what could we do to put a chord there? Let's try one more of these. Kendra, do you want to do it on the same chord, or do you want to pick a different chord?
Wait, I'm confused for what?
Oh, we're gonna use the same concept on some other place in the song.
Let's change another one.
Change a different one.
Yeah.
An A, an E. Probably not. Now, this is one thing that I'm gonna throw in here. This B right here, because it's so
unique.
It's so unique. We probably don't want to change that one. So when we go to reharm, probably leave alone like the pinnacle areas of the song, at least until you've messed around with the other stuff. That's when you want to like just save that for the end, because you could screw up the whole song by taking those things out. So we'll leave the B there. That's the only sacred one in the whole thing. What other chord do you want to mess with?
E.
An E. Cool. The first one or the second one?
Second one?
Second one. So this one right here. Let's see what the chord is that we have. Little darling, it's been a long, cold, lonely winter. I think that's the word. Little darling, seems like years since you've been here. I think something like that. So we got a G sharp, and Kendra, what other chord has a G sharp in it other than an E?
It needs to be in the key though, right? So I can't
Nope.
say.
It can't be anything.
Oh,
Okay.
Here we go. Wait. Oh, hold on. This is a really tough decision.
Okay. Well, let's name some chords here.
Wait.
What
E
else?
flat suspended.
An E flat suspended has an A flat or a G sharp in it. Nice, cool. What other chords?
F minor?
Let's do all the suspended chords first.
Oh, sorry.
So the A flat could be part of an E flat suspended. An A flat could also be part of a D flat suspended. An A flat could also be part of a what suspended?
A flat.
There you go.
Yay.
Cool. That chord right there. So any of those, you could sub in any of those. That's just using the suspended. Now let's talk about the major chords. This is in what major chord?
Oh, A flat.
Yeah, so an A flat is in an A flat chord. Good call.
Thank you.
Then it's also in an E chord, but we have already, that's the original
D
one.
flat.
So we want to not use
also.
that one. And then a D flat chord is the other one. Yeah, now this does, of course, as you can tell, beginner students, you're like, what? How does she know this? This is magic. This does require a lot of knowledge of what your chords are, just building the chords, even if you don't know the theory behind how they all relate and stuff. Yep, so any of those would work, as well as the minor chords, so the A flat minor. What minor chord has an A flat in it, Kendra?
Besides F minor?
Ah,
I already
that's
said that
the one.
earlier,
There we
but-
go.
Okay.
F minor, and then the last one would be D flat minor.
Oh,
Yep.
got it.
Okay,
Yeah.
so those are our 9 options of chords that we could use. Pick one of those, and I'll throw it in on that E flat on that E chord.
I can wait. I can pick any
Of those. But some of them are going to sound absolutely wretched, and some of them are going to
let's
sound
try it.
beautiful.
Let's try the E flat suspended.
E flat suspended. Now that is quite a reharm. Now some people are going to look at this and go, an E chord and E flat, those are really close to each other, so it's probably going to sound about the same. That's the opposite of the truth. The farther away a chord is from the original chord, the more it sounds like that chord in general. So it's really easy to swap out chords that are really far away. Chords that are really close together usually are extremely different. So I'm expecting this one to sound extremely different just because the two chords, the E chord and the E flat suspended chord, are so close to each other. But let's find out. Yeah, that sounds terrible. needs some work. So yeah, I didn't like that at all.
Can I pick a different one then?
What's that?
Can I pick a different one?
Oh no. Well, let's first see if we can just fix that one. If we go from an E flat suspended to an E, like that, E flat suspended to an E suspended, this is the original chord. So instead of playing it in place of the E, if we just play it, man, my pen is not digging me today. If we play it just before the E instead of the E, then I think that might work out better. So we're gonna go E flat suspended to not an E. Come on, baby. No, there we go. I don't want 6. I want E suspended right there. So we're just gonna take that chord and whip it around right there. Then we could try that. Little darling, it's been that makes it a little bit less weird because it's just like a half step off.
I have a quick question.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm watching you play.
If you're going to ask, you might as well throw your face in there. Go ahead. Yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
Hey, guys. What's up? So I'm just curious because I'm not that talented on the piano. I mean, I can play piano. But no.
My goodness. All right, no, we're going to talk about this.
No. I need to keep
we're
going
going to talk about
this.
Question. Go ahead. I'm going to ignore your question and answer the question you're not asking. Anyway, go ahead.
Okay. So I don't know how to play that song on the piano. Right. I can play the chords if you give them to me.
Okay. Yeah.
But do I have to play all that melody, or can I just play the chords? Like, I'm
right.
Really,
so that was a good
lost.
question, and then I'm also going to address the other things.
Okay.
So yeah, if you're going to sing
I put in the time and the work, I could probably eventually do it after a few months.
But you also like to sing while you play, and so that's fine. You can just play the chords and sing the notes because that takes the same place. I just play the melody in here because I'm not going to sing for everybody's benefit, and so that we need something in there to keep track of where we are in the song. So that's fine. You can just play the chords if you're going to sing along, but something needs to be taking that melody, which is why a lot of times on these reharm and on these soloing lessons and stuff, I'll give you like just a metronome with just the melody or just a metronome with just the chords, so you can just throw in the other stuff. So you don't have to learn the melody. Now, for the other more important thing that you said.
I'm not terrible at piano. I can play piano, and you taught me some really amazing things, and I'm so excited about it, and I write songs with piano, and it's great. But I can't play like that. Like, can't yet. What happened? What was that thing? I don't know. Not yet. I don't know how to do that yet.
This is why you're perfect here. All right. So, now, shut up and let me answer this thing.
Escaped, yes.
Okay. So then, that's why they love having you here, because you say stuff like that everybody else at home is thinking, well, I have a piano, and like I'm taking lessons, but I'm not good like that. And then you point to something that's better than you. You're going to be able to do that in every area of your life from here until forever. You can always point at something and say, yeah, but I'm not that. So there are circles that I am in where like I show up and they're like, so you play the piano? And I look at the people who are in the room. I'm like, I mean, kind of a little bit, I guess, just because they're all really, really high level players. So you're never ever going to get past this, all the crap that you just spewed out that everybody else has in their heart that they want to say too, about how but I don't know if I'm not like that. Like if I could do that, then I'd feel, no, you wouldn't. If you could do that, you would be pointing at something else and saying, yeah, but if I could do that. So everybody at home is feeling the exact same way. That's why they're here. That's why they're trying to learn something else, because they're pointing at something else right now, their screen, and going, yeah, but I can't do that yet. That's the whole point. So you're never going to get past that. So just don't say that stuff.
Well, and the beautiful thing about music is that you will never stop learning.
That's
true. There's so much to learn, and I'm so excited to be learning the things that I'm learning, and even being here. Like I'm watching this and I'm learning anyway.
Right. But you can make yourself a better pianist right now by just committing to not saying any of that stuff ever again. Because when you say that stuff, all the really experienced people look at you and go, oh, she's just not experienced to know yet that everybody feels exactly that same way. So once you get to a certain point, you realize, oh, I'm never going to get to the point where I don't have something that I'm pointing at going, yeah, but I'm not quite there yet. So when you say that stuff, it just says, and you're not the only one. This is why we love having you here, because everybody else at home sends me emails. I get 5-10 of them a day that are like, yeah, but if I could do this, then I'd be happy. Nope, you wouldn't. I'll help you learn that because you'll be happier, but there's not going to be that thing. Okay, this is supposed to be a reharm lesson, but instead it's just some advice. No, that's perfect. It's perfect. It's wonderful. Really, it is. So, so you'll never get there. That's fine. We're going to reharm today. We're going to learn to pick up one little itsy bitsy thing.
That's really inspiring.
Maybe. I don't know. I said a lot of mean things like shut up and crap and stuff.
Okay, cool.
So we're going to do this E flat to E thing. E flat suspended to E. I think that's going to make that thing a little bit more normalized if we play it as a prelude to the E instead of replacing it. Again, Anyway, so there, that E flat sounds a little bit more normal to me now. So let's do, you know what? We kind of inserted that little mini lesson in there. I think it's probably time at this point. We talked about the major chords, the minor chords, the suspensions, and there's tons more reharming to do. We've only done a little bit of this. We won't get to all of it today, but we still have the intermediate and the advanced lessons to do. So I think it's time for us to say goodbye to all the people who are watching the free streams on YouTube and Twitch and Facebook, and we'll just continue at the learnpianolive.com website where all the subscribers are currently watching. So we'll be right with you as soon as we ditch the freeloaders. See you soon.